Hey everybody, it's Debbie O'Neill of Scrap Me Quick Designs in the Let's Learn Cricut Explore Facebook group. And I just finished this project and I posted it in the group, and everybody wanted to know how did I make this. So this is just a super quick tutorial just explaining the pieces that I used. So this whole thing was made with items from Dollar Tree. Okay, so first you start with, they have these little mini globes over where they have the candles, and they have them in, these are the 3.5-inch ones, and the ones I used here for this snowman is the 3.85-inch ones, but it's the same thing. They look exactly the same. And what I did was I bought 2 of these, and I used the Holloway House Quick Shine floor finish because it has the polyacrylic in it, and it's inexpensive. You get this big bottle for like, I don't know, $5 or less. And but you can use the Pledge floor finish, or you can use polyacrylic, the Minwax polyacrylic. But what I did was I just squirted some of this in the bowl, and then I rolled the bowl. So I put some in, then I rolled the bowl until it coated the whole bowl, and then I poured it out, and I just used a little plastic cup for that. I poured it out into there, and then I used some ultra fine glitter and sprinkled that in. And again, I put a generous amount of this in there, and then there again, I kind of rolled the bowl, just like you see me doing here. I rolled the bowl until it completely coated, and then I used a paper plate and then tumped out the excess glitter. Okay, and I did that with both the bowls. All right, then once I had the bowls done, and I let these dry, okay, so don't do it right away, but I let them dry. Then what I did was I tumped them over. Okay, so let me move him out of the way so I can show y'all a little bit better. Okay, so then I took one bowl with the opening on the bottom and put it down, and then the other bowl with the opening on the top. And what I did was I glued the 2 bottoms together using the E6000 glue, and I put a big dollop here in the center, and then I put this on like that. Okay, and I let that sit for a while, probably maybe 30 minutes, until it was on there well enough. And then I use the same E6000 glue, and if you're using the larger, using the larger bowls, now each of these were $1 at Dollar Tree, and for the snowman I used the 2 larger bowls. Okay, so they have 2 sizes, so when you pick them up, make sure you're getting the right size. But in their Christmas area, ta-da! Okay, so they have this really cute ornament that's a hat. All right, and it comes with the little pinecone thing on it, and they had 2 different colors. I like the red one, the red glitter. And then I took a strip of ribbon and just wrapped it around and used the E6000 and put a dollop on it to hold the ribbon on. Okay, and so that's the hat. And then the mittens is another set of ornaments. So you get 2 mittens for $1, and then there's 2 boots. Both of these are where the ornaments are. Okay, and they also have a ton of ribbon, so I also bought a roll of ribbon for $1, and that's where the ribbon for this came from. And then that's how I tied it around where the 2 bowls meet, and I used a little bit of E6000 to hold it on. And then with my Cricut, I made some vinyl face for him, and also the little heart. And then in Design Space there's some buttons, so I did, it's hard to see, it's so tiny, but then I made some buttons to put on him. And of course I added the little heart to mine because it's Frosty the Snowman is what I'm calling him. Okay, now inside the bowl I also bought a 2-pack of these battery lights at Dollar Tree, so they're only $1, and then that goes in the inside, and his hat goes back on like that. And you can see, hopefully, I don't know if you can see in the camera, but you can see it lights him up. Now, the reason why I put my bowls together upside down to each other is because on the bottom here, I bought, also at Dollar Tree, I bought this It is a, oh gosh, I got some glue on it. It's a mirror trivet that's over where their candle section was in the Dollar Tree I was in, and I can put the light in the middle of that, and then I can put my snowman back over it like that, and then I put his hat back on, and now my Frosty is ready to be displayed. Now I glued, when you get the ornaments, they have you know, like a little plastic holder on them, and I used my scissors and I cut that off, and then I used the E6000 and glued them onto the bowl. Okay, now this does take a while for this to dry. Okay, so I did the boots first, and I put a big dollop of glue on the top of the boots, and then I just pushed them on, and I held them with my fingers pushing against the bowl for probably 5 minutes or so before I felt like it had really grasped it. And then I did the same thing with the mittens, that I snipped off the top of them and made sure that that hanger, the little plastic hanger thing, was completely off of it, because you want it to be smooth. And then I put glue on, big dollops of glue on it, and then I held them onto the side of the bowl for about 5 minutes, and then I used 2 little bottles of glue that I had and laid them flat so that they kind of added some pressure. Let me see what I used. Actually, it is some the Armor Etch went underneath one, and then an Etch-All Resist bottle, because they were the right height, went underneath the other one to prop them up while they were drying. And then I let them dry. Oh gosh, it probably dried for at least an hour before I felt comfortable that they were on there enough to be able to move it. Okay, so super simple project, really adorable. I love snowmen. And this is for my granddaughter because she collects snowmen. So I'm really excited to show this to her. Anyway, all right, so that's how you make it, and all the supplies I got from the Dollar Tree. But some of these are things you could probably find at other stores if you were just creative. When you're looking around, look at things in a different way. This was not my original idea. There is a Dollar Tree. I bought everything at Dollar Tree, by the way. When I say dollar store, I'm talking about Dollar Tree. And this was an idea that somebody had posted on Dollar Tree, and then other people, and I think a couple of people in our group, had also seen that and been making some, and I just had to make one. So anyway, I hope you guys like this super short tutorial, just to let you know how did I make that. Now, you could put paint on the inside of your bowls if you wanted instead of glitter. I just love the shine that you're getting with the light coming through. It's probably hard to see that on the camera. Let me see if I zoom in. Yeah, I think you're just not going to be able to see it. Well, there's a little bit. You kind of see with the glitter, it just gives it this, there we go. You just see this little, super little sparkle by using the white glitter. And you want to use ultrafine glitter. But you could also just put paint on the inside. And instead of doing the wax, you would just put paint on the inside and coat it and then let that drain. And other people had been filling theirs with other materials, but because of the way I did mine, so that I could put the light in it, I don't want anything else in there. I wanted it to be glitter. Anyway, I'll talk to you guys later. Hope you found that helpful.